Hi, Rose and Smile. 2023 is almost over, and looking back, we did a lot. Just travel-wise alone, we went to the Philippines for our anniversary. We went to a random trip to Hawaii, and then for Thanksgiving, we went to Las Vegas.
And we also did a lot of new things, like first-time things, like hot air balloon or camping. That was a first for me, and we also had our first matching tattoos.
That's right. Since 2016, we've been doing these year-end reflections that help us recall the things that made us happy, things that we learned, things that we did during the year.
We get to mentally prepare for the coming new year when we look back to remind us of what we learned from those experiences.
It's also important to acknowledge all the things that we did during the year, big and small.
Yes, and for me, I accomplished something big. I was able to overcome my driving anxiety and finally got my driver's license. But even the small things, like learning a new recipe that we get to enjoy.
And it doesn't have to be big wins, right? With the economy nowadays, sometimes just surviving is a big win, right? So ending the year that you're still okay is a big win and something to be proud of.
Yeah, just showing up.
Just showing up.
Some of the questions we have are good ways to realize that we had a fun and fruitful year.
Yeah.
Questions like, when did you laugh the hardest? Or what is the best lesson that you learned this year?
And because life is not always easy, sometimes we're just trying to survive. And in those cases, sometimes it's hard to actually see all the blessings that we receive, right? So recalling and reflecting on all these blessings help us get excited for what's to come next year.
We definitely want to do more of the things that made us happy, and having these questions make us more aware of those moments when they happen.
For example, sometimes when we find ourselves laughing really hard, we make a mental note that, oh, this has to be one of our laugh the hardest kind of moments. Or sometimes when we learn something new, we think about, oh, this is the new skill that I learned this year.
And aside from us being more aware of those moments when they happen, we also use our questions as guides. Like what we have on our YouTube channel, we say, this is your life story, make it fun. So instead of us waiting for those moments to happen, we find ways to make those moments happen. Like our question of, what is something you did for the first time? So we look for opportunities to try something new, like a new food or visit a new place, try a new activity or anything.
Challenge yourself, right? And we also talk about our bucket list, or things that we want to do next year. For example, for me, I want to travel to some place I haven't been to, and my plan is to go to Canada.
We haven't been to Canada. And for me, I'm hoping I can enroll in a first aid class.
But unlike resolutions, we don't actually pressure ourselves and commit to these things. It's a goal, it's an objective. But if it doesn't happen, it's okay, right? Because life happens and not everything goes according to plans. But sometimes the unexpected thing that can happen is actually much better sometimes. Like our Hawaii trip was actually unplanned, and we enjoyed that trip a lot.
We do this year-end reflections and plan for the next year because it's a good time to do self-reflections. So we reflect on our individual selves and as a couple, and we set goals to make sure that we're going and growing towards our intended goal. And you know, I always remind myself that the goal here is not to be better than other people, it's to be better than my previous self. So there's no need to compete and compare.
And so our wish for ourselves and for all of you is that we all be our better selves for 2024. Happy New Year!
And thank you so much for watching our videos in 2023 and being part of our happy YouTube community.
Bye! See you in the next year!